AJR and Queen. I think we can all agree that both these artists were reasonably popular in their respective times. Those times being, well, now and the 1980s. Alright, so for now, we're going to look at AJR and we'll come back to Queen later. AJR consists of three members who are also brothers, Adam, Jack, and Ryan Met. They've been active since 2005 and are still active today, with their latest album being OK Orchestra. They're known for their pretty honest and artistic lyrics, and these guys classify into a bunch of genres, so here's just a few. We got indie pop, electro pop, electronic, dubstep, and doo-wop. And to be entirely honest, I do not know what doo-wop is. Now that you know a little bit about AJR, let's get to know their lyrics. Today we'll just be looking at one of my personal favorites by them, titled Finale. I'll let it play first and I'll explain the lyrics after. Now, to me, this little bit here is obvious. I've listened to this song at least 30 times, but the choir and Jack, who's the lead singer, seems they're having a conversation. The fans are obviously happy for them, and they like what they're making, so they're anticipating what's coming next.
Come outside, you fell low, but now you're high. You've been outside, so go ahead and do it one more time. Come outside, you went hard and you did fine. You've been outside, so go ahead and do it one more time. They want it, they want it, they want it, they want it. They wanted heaven from me, I gave them hell. Now they want something bigger, I'm overwhelmed. And if your trust is hopeless, I wish you
well. Alright, so like I just said, once again, in this song, it's like there's a conversation between AJR and the fan/audience. It also talks about how they wanted heaven, right? And it's something that's kind of impossible to get for them to create, and that kind of overwhelms them. They're saying how they've fallen short, but they've also hit up high. So they're asking, why can't you do it again, you know?
Can you wait a sec? Let me catch my breath, I can't remember how I got here.
Alright, at this point, I think they're trying to show how they feel pressured and overwhelmed, and they just want a moment to catch their breath. Also, the line, I can't remember how I got here, kind of implies that they're having a hard time remembering how they got there. I think this line is because AJR grew relatively quickly and became pretty popular for a new band since they kind of blew up in 2017, and this is in 2019 at time of recording this song. Well, that's AJR's song Finale and what I think that they were trying to say to their audience. But just to summarize, I think that they were trying to have a conversation between the fans and their audience, and I wanted to show what they're feeling at the current moment. It also goes into how they're overwhelmed and need a second to catch their breath. Alright, you've heard enough about AJR. Let's move on to Queen. Queen is obviously a pretty well-known band and is still active, but chooses not to create any more music. Queen consisted of Freddie Mercury and John Deacon in the past, with Brian May and Roger Taylor still active today. Freddie Mercury sadly died of AIDS in 1991, and his death devastated John Deacon, which is why he ended up leaving the band. Queen originated in London, England, and their main genre is rock, and they're mostly known for their iconic songs that stood out from the rest. Oh, and also there's some guy named Freddie Mercury people thought was pretty cool. Just wanted to mention that. Now, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm not a huge fan of Queen, but I do recognize that their music is a part of the reason why I can enjoy certain artists today, because they are inspired by them. But now I'm just getting a little off track. Let's get back on track by looking at the track/song Under Pressure by Queen. Now, there's not too much I have to dig for to show the idea and connection in these lyrics, but I mean, he literally says pressure's pushing down on me. But I can always elaborate. Now, at this point, Queen had a decent following since the time of recording was 1981, and they'd already released most of their top songs, and they're starting to feel the pressure of their fans/audience.
Insanity loves under pressure, we're breaking. Can we give ourselves one more chance?
Alright, at this point in the song, I think they're trying to say that they're finally breaking under the pressure and are asking themselves for another chance. The pressure is finally really getting to them, and it's starting to drive them insane.
Under pressure. Pressure.
At this point in the song, they're saying that it's their last chance to dance. That's them telling us they're under the pressure and what'll happen under them, under that pressure. If the same pressure continues, then they won't be able to go on in the same way. They won't be Queen, is what you're trying to tell us. Queen's song Under Pressure is very direct and tells us what we need to know. The band members of Queen are feeling the pressure of success, and it's really starting to affect them. In order to counteract this, they literally made a song about the pressure they're feeling. And, it being Queen, the song was received well by fans, so I'd say they met their goal. They got what they wanted. Now we're getting to the end bit, where you, the viewer, wonder, how does this all connect together? Well, if you were paying attention, and I'm sure you were, you would have noticed that both artists obviously felt pressured by their fans and their success, since it seems they can't fall short to their fans. Or at least they can't fall too short, because obviously no one's perfect. In response to this and these expectations, they made a song about it to communicate to their audience and so to let them know that they're not always going to meet their expectations. I think these guys and a lot of other artists deal and have dealt with this issue, and they wanted to take action in some way. And what do most artists do? They make a song about it.